purpose of this is to announce a reward to answer your questions about the incident which occurred Friday night, and also to have a statement from the husband of the victim, Mr. Jensen. I would like to introduce the lead detective, which is Detective Confessor Gonzalez from our homicide unit, who will answer your questions strictly about the case, please. And then Mr. Jensen will make a statement, and Mr. Jensen will also answer a limited number of questions.
Good afternoon. I'm Detective Confessor Gonzalez with the Miami Police Homicide Unit. I'm going to start asking questions. I can answer your questions. So far, we have no new information to release to the case. We have the victim's husband here to my left, as Angela Bitzis introduced him. Also, Alamo Rent-A-Car has offered a $100,000 reward for the capture of the offenders in this case.
Will that help?
I believe so.
How so?
I wouldn't know how soon.
No, I mean, it's a pretty big reward. Would you expect?
Oh, so wait, you saw something? Tell me what you're looking for.
There can be many things. Chances are, this happened next to the expressway. Somebody was driving by. They could have seen something at the time that they thought nothing of, a stranded motorist or whatever. Now they might realize that they saw something, a car next to it, the description, the individuals. Also, people have a tendency to hear things, even in particular neighborhoods where people live, and chances are that somebody out there might know something, heard who did it, saw who did it, things to that effect, and that would definitely now encourage them to come forth and provide us with that information.
How about stiffer penalties in the future, so this doesn't happen again all the time?
Well, right now, investigating the facts of the case, as far as those penalties, those are things that deal with the legislation. I have no control over that right now.
Do you have any leads at all? I mean, if lacking any phone calls that you might get, where do you go next? Without a phone call from the general public, do you have somewhere to go in your investigation right now?
There are different avenues that we always follow. Where I'm going to go, I couldn't discuss that with you right now. But yes, there's plenty to be done. I have plenty to do forever and ever, for as long as it takes to clear this case.
It's not anything solid, though. I mean, anything solid to go on?
There's nothing about the case additional than what I have already released that I can release right now.
This is another high-profile case involving tourists. What is it that you want people out there to know? I mean, this is another bad rap for the city to take. You had your special detail out, I guess it was Thursday, Friday. What is it you want people to know you were trying to do to try and protect the people who come to visit our area, people who live here, getting caught in these situations?
Well, to answer that, I would let my Sergeant Diego Ochoa answer that question for you.
Well, basically, you know, we are conducting a homicide investigation. When it comes to the protection of the people coming in, there's something that is aside at this point. We're concerned to finding out who did this. And that's basically the main purpose of what we're doing at the present time.
Well, I think how about in more of a general context? I mean, this is yet another instance of a smash and grab, a crime of that variety. I mean, a lot of people are beginning to look at this city as though this is sort of a Dodge City. We're hearing from some folks that they're going to recommend to, you know, for example, the German community, that they shouldn't come here anymore. I mean, because it's just not safe for them, or they're considering doing that.
We understand, and I understand that this sign is going to have to be done. But my main concern at this precise moment is solving this homicide. That's what we're concerned. Whether protection of what's going to be done, what kind of penalties, this is something that is going to have to be discussed by someone else at a future date.
Can you tell us, sort of, without giving away any forensic or other specific evidence you don't want to get into, can you give us any clues as to the type of car you're looking for, what kind of wheels or color paint it might have, what kind of description you have on your suspects, anything that would help the public narrow down who it is or what kind of car you're looking for?
Yes, Detective Gonzalez is the one that has all the details contained in the particulars of the investigation.
Excuse me, Sergeant, this is only the latest in what has become a daily occurrence. This is only the latest and most tragic. Is the City of Miami Police Department throwing every available resource behind what is clearly the most pressing problem we seem to have in this community right now? What are you doing about it?
I'll answer that in a minute after he answers her question.
As far as the vehicle description, the information that we have right now, we're looking for 2 black males, and that's the general description we have. Vehicle, a medium-sized vehicle, probably light gold in color. That's the only information that we have at this moment.
Sir, Detective Gonzalez, if I could, for you personally, on a very personal level, how difficult has the last 36 hours been for you? How difficult was it for you to go to the airport and welcome Mr. Miller to Miami under these circumstances?
Mr. Miller, I met him here at the station. I'm sorry, Mr. Jensen, I'm sorry, it's Mr. Jensen. Officer Ramirez, who's been working with us, who's actually handled that. It's been real long, 36 hours, but we'll keep going until we finally bring this case to a conclusion.
Let me answer the earlier questions. We have special task forces and special details that have been working for many months now. We have a new unit that started a month ago, the Street Crimes Unit. Just for an example, they made over 20 arrests during the month of March on in-progress smash and grab cases alone. So we are addressing the problem. Obviously, unfortunately for this family, it was not enough. We will be doing more, and later this week we should have some more specifics for you about deployments and about what's going on in that area. I would like to introduce Mr. Jensen now, who has a brief statement, and he'll answer a limited number of questions.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to appeal to the community of Miami to help us. My wife and our children, Alexander and Daria, and my mother-in-law, they wanted to visit your country for 2 pleasant weeks. My wife and me, we visited last year and 2 years ago the states in the southwest and the northwest, and we love this country. We always felt safe. We felt so safe that we were able to get my mother-in-law to come here, because she was a little bit afraid to come here. She was very nervous. But we told her that she mustn't worry. It's safe to come to the States. Now we are very upset that it must happen, and my wife and my family just came from the airport. They just got the car, and nobody told them that there are districts that are dangerous. She has to notice. She got a little map that is very hard to find the right way. I saw the map, and so she got the wrong way. This was a reason her life ended. I'm very afraid of the moment we will come to the aeroplane and we will have the lift off, because Alexander still hopes his mother is living. He couldn't believe it at the moment. He recognizes more and more what happened, and he is a very strong boy. And he helps me more than I can help him. Do you have any questions for me?
What will you do now, Mr. Jensen?
First we have to bring the body of my wife back to Germany. And I can tell you, I'm very afraid of the future. so that I'm alone with the 2 children, and we want to give them the best way of living and the best learning and so on that we can afford and that we can manage. So everything would be very much harder for us, for me.
Will you be staying in Miami very much longer?
We want to stay until Tuesday or Wednesday evening. I think we stay a little bit, 1 or 2 days longer than it is necessary. Perhaps we can help the police to find the murderers of my loved wife. And I also wanted to show the children